Now, the card on the bottom of the deck is the Page of Bats. So that's information coming in, truth, clarity. Could be somebody spying on you, like through your social media. Could be, something like that. This could indicate a younger person, like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So take it as it resonates. And we most likely will return to this card in a little bit, but once I've had a chance to kind of get into some of the other cards, we may see better how the Page of Bats relates. Your first card here's the Five of Pumpkins. Oh, I did mean to mention too, the deck that I'm working with today is the Halloween Tarot deck. Very, one of my all-time favorite decks. But I really only get it out in the fall. So, but this first card's the Page of Pumpkins. And the Page of Pumpkins indicates a sense of disappointment that you may have been going through in your day-to-day life, really. You'll see that this trick-or-treater here has lost her bag of candy, or his bag of candy. And the larger trick-or-treater, the older, presumably older person, is dragging the child past the window, and the kid hasn't had a chance to stop and pick up the bag of candy, right? Also, neither one seems to notice this beautiful stained glass window behind them. So this kind of has a sense of looking at the things that are lacking and not so much at the things that are positive, right? Or even being able to speak up and say, hey, wait a minute, slow down. Slow down. Let me stop and pick that up, right? So some kind of loss or disappointment that's being felt. And this is an energy, by the way. This card represents something that's been on your mind in the past or in the present that's shifting into the past soon. You may hear my cat or the next door dog, by the way. This card here is the Nine of Pumpkins. And the Nine of Pumpkins is the successful business person. Like, she's an entrepreneurial person in her own right. She's started her own business. She's got her big garden here with her enormous pumpkins. And that's her work and all the things that she's put into it. So this is really about successful business life. Successful business life. Hi, kitty. Now, the Tower here. Again, you see some of the kind of crazy fence posts and stuff up here. But the Tower it's really about clearing something away. Like if you've built something on ego, the Tower has to do with clearing that away. So with this, it's when you've been at a bad job and you just know, I gotta go. Well, there comes a point, if you don't deliberately leave your job of your own steam, they're going to force you out. It's just a matter of time. This is one of those type situations. So something is going on underneath the surface here, or like there's some kind of a shakeup or something like that. For some of you, it may have been changing jobs or divorce, or it might have been separation, or it could have been really any sort of thing like that. However, there's some positive going on over here as far as your startup business or your work life or something else. So depending on what your situation is, and I should have made notice before, this is a general reading and may not apply for everyone, or it may resonate differently for different people because the cards are highly symbolic and they can have different meanings for different people. We will return to those cards again, but I kind of wanted to get a sense of what our recent past is looking like. So something that has been on your mind is this Knight of Pumpkins in the reverse. And pumpkins is a suit of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So again, we see more pumpkins energy. We had pumpkins with the Five of Pumpkins, disappointment, the Nine of Pumpkins, the entrepreneurial card. This is in the upper right. It's very slow moving energy. Excuse me. This is someone who goes forth and has to do the detailed work, the busy work to get the finished product. And they have the knowledge behind them and they're learning how to put their skills into practice. So that could have been some of what you're thinking is that as much as this is where you've been as far as financial, there's still other places of expansion that you want to go, but that energy may be slow moving. Now in the reverse, If this is a business, again, it could be that the growth of your business or enterprise is really, really slowed, or you're having a problem getting your resume out, or getting bites on your resume if you're changing jobs. Because again, the tower could be about changing jobs for some of you. This could really slow that growth. If this is pertaining to a relationship, like a home-based relationship, sometimes this can be if somebody's kind of player energy and you're not able to get this thing off the ground. And maybe they're offering you, they're all talk and no action. Like they like you, they love you, but they're not really, they're not offering you anything substantial, right? It's player energy, if you think about that, right? Yeah, I love you, but I really don't want to leave my girlfriend, or, whatever that case may be. With Knight of Pumpkins, sometimes this can be about poor health, that kind of thing too. So, disappointment, looking at the negativity, having some kind of poor health issue, that's a possibility as well for this card. Now, Chariot, interesting, because it's different from the Knight of Pumpkins energy. On the one hand, it's like you're thinking about something negative, thinking about something very slow, but the Chariot is really fast-moving energy. Even the pumpkins on the fence post here are shocked at how fast he's going down this lane here at breakneck speed, and the cat in the car is freaking out because of how fast. You can see the banners flailing in the background here. This is really about getting that momentum. You may be having conflicting feelings. You may be struggling to find some kind of a balance between your thoughts and your emotions, your head and your heart decision making, but you're able to put the two of them together and work together to move into one cohesive direction. So that's positive. So there is some movement with that. And then, we look at this. This is another foundation piece or basis, which is this Knight of Imps energy. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But it doesn't have to be about the person specifically or the sign specifically. It could be more about the energy of that. But with this Knight of Imps, this is, again, fast-moving, passionate type energy. So it could be that in starting something, getting something going, hitting the gas on it, moving really fast in one direction means that there's a part of you that's going to have to remove this earth presence, this earth sign, right? There's something about that. Or maybe it's about, if this is business, it's about leaping ahead very quickly, but you may have to disregard some of the details in order to get the rest of this started. Kind of where you may feel like you're doing a half-assed job, but at least you're moving forward in the direction you want to do. But this could be too, for some of you, depending, because we do have the Lover's card coming up and we had the Tower. So for some of you, it could even be that this could be about leaving that earth sign, or you've been thinking about leaving an earth sign because you're moving fast towards a fire sign. That would make sense with the Tower, because part of it is that earth sign is not going to go for that. And you have had the success and the luxury at home as indicated in the Knight of Pumpkins. So there's a sense that you don't want to do that. But yet here you've got this Five of Pumpkins energy, which is disappointment, loss, and lack. Possibly some area of stagnation. Look at how this child here is looking away from the window when I see growth of these pumpkins on that vine. And there's growth of these pumpkins on these vines. Growth, the opposite of stagnation, right? But here's this Tower. Could be having some, possibly some bad ideas going forward, something. But trying to figure out what that's going to mean. Now, there's a part of you who may be feeling like you want to juggle whatever the situation is. Two of Pumpkins is about juggling, and successfully, right? They're not about to drop these pumpkins. There's a coy smile on this person's face. The waters are kind of rocky behind, but sometimes some people like that excitement. So there could be something like that going on as well. If that's you, be very, very careful, because stuff like this usually happens before problems. And that's when you'll really find the Tower is going to rip you up from the roots on down. But we've got this prosperity and this forward movement, and we have this Lover's card. Lover's card is head and heart decision. She's got this stuffy guy in the black and white photo over here. And he's the person who makes sense on paper in her mind. But then here we've got this fast-moving vampire leaping through the window. And he's stirring her passion. I mean, she didn't even think about the fact her hand goes to her heart chakra, right? As this guy comes in the window, because there's exciting passions in her that she has never felt for the stuffy guy in the photograph. So this could be, yeah, you got the material success, but something is saying, I got to hit the gas on something because I want more. I want some passion in that. So coming back here, this tower energy, it's a matter of time. If you don't end something, it will be ended for you. This fast-moving, passionate energy is going to move into this Nine of Bats in the reverse. Nine of Bats is about anxiety, insecurity, uncertainty. But it does seem to be coming to an end as well. Feeling pain, loss, anxiety. This could be because you've made some kind of a decision that I have to end it here. Now, for some of you, if this could be read as a business situation for some of you. So it could be that you've lost a job or decided to change jobs and you move forward in that. And that means that your workplace anxiety is coming to an end. There were some good things in the workplace because we have this Nine of Pumpkins here and the Tower. So clearly something was right. So for some of you, it could be about getting up your nerve to leave your place of employment that you've been at that's not fulfilling you on some deeper, more intrinsic level. On the other hand, it could be about in some kind of romantic situation, if you've been stagnant for too long, making that decision to move forward and ahead. Now, we can circle back to this Page of Bats and think, well, this is some air sign coming in, but she's kind of sneaky. She's got spy glasses in her bag. So this card does, in fact, indicate spying, like spying on social media. You know, a lot of people get in trouble because of Facebook. So, you know, that's always something that you want to remember. If you're up to some dealings. And I know sometimes Gemini does not like to make a decision. We've got two of these duality cards here with the Two of Pumpkins and the Lovers, and they're in the same column. So again, this could be very much so about being conflicted about what to do in a situation, not wanting to make choices, but the Tower will make the choice for you. If you decide to maintain lane and put your all into that. But if you can't do that, just be very, very careful, because sometimes the universe has a way of evening the scale, right? And that could turn out to be more distressing even than had you taken the initiative from the beginning. So, and definitely, you know, so let me find that in the book. And okay. Your light is shining brightly. All your hard work and effort is paying off. Glory, triumph, and success are yours. If you've given your power away, now is the time to reclaim it. It's time to stand in your own light. A destination is less of a place, but more of a new way of seeing the world. Your dreams are moving to fruition. If you have any incomplete projects or unresolved relationships, this is the time to complete them. This is an important part of reaching your destination. Take time to celebrate and acknowledge your successes in life. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know the voyage was long, and there were many adventures along the way. But as your trek reaches its destination, there's a feeling of joy and celebration. It's important to stop and rest and congratulate yourself for who you are and for what you have done. The traveler forgives those who, on the voyage, were less than honorable. Release any feelings of resentment, fear, and sadness you may have gathered along the road. You've reached your goal. Let everything else go. You are a majestic being who can bring light into the hearts of others. Celebrate and honor yourself. You are so worth it. And this is coming out of this energy, right? You're at the end of that destination. You're at the end of this guilt, resentment, shame, painful situation, right? And moving out of that and moving on to your new.